Okay, so pitching do's and don'ts. Alex's pro tips. So I am a big believer. Get used to doing your introductory business either first or second in the pitch. So before any story starts, get used to doing the introductory business. Because I'm telling you now, what will happen is if you forget to do it, you'll start pitching, and then the executive is going to be thinking this is a movie when it's a feature, or it's a movie when it's a show. It's a show when it's a movie. They're going to think it's a rom-com when it's in fact a romantic drama. They're going to be wondering where the jokes are, and they're not really going to be paying attention to the emotions because they're like, we're not doing the rom-com beats. Like this story doesn't work. And you're like, oh, it's a romantic drama. And they're like, oh, I wish I knew that. I could have listened to this pitch properly. So get into the habit of doing this early. If there's any part of your pitch to just memorize cold, uh, this is it. This is it. Memorize it, write it down, whatever, but make sure that this happens in the beginning of the pitch. And then I am also a big believer of whenever possible, try to anchor the telling of your story through the main character's arc. A couple different ways that I describe this. One way is that I describe this like, oh, pitch the story as if you are them, or as if we are them, kind of experiencing the plot as it goes. Do everything you can to put us in their shoes and show us the story as they are experiencing it. Another little metaphor that I will use is okay, attach a GoPro to your main character and just describe the story as it's happening to them and around them. And then one kind of easy way to do this, if none of that makes any sense, is to use what I call emotional check-ins. So emotional check-ins are finding specific moments in your pitch that have big emotional resonance, big emotional payoff, big emotional fallout, whatever. Like moments in your story where there's a lot of emotion, specifically from your main character. And then when that part of the story comes up, tell us how your main character thinks and feels about this thing. So the example that I always use is from Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, but if you don't know this spoiler, like I don't really know what to I don't really know what to say. I feel like everybody has kind of been exposed to this one by now, even if you haven't seen the movie, just through cultural osmosis. So if I'm pitching The Empire Strikes Back and I get to the scene where Darth Vader cuts Luke Skywalker's hand off and says something to the effect of like, Luke, I am your father. Um, and then I just skip ahead and don't take any time to explain what's going on with Luke and how Luke feels about this. And I just jump to Luke falling down the side of the ship, and then he reunites with Leia and Chewie. They resolve to save Han Solo. Movie over. I mean, well, technically that happens, but I'm really missing a lot of important stuff if I don't explain and or tell us that Luke feels shocked and horrified and sick and confused and his whole life is a lie. His world is crumbling. The embodiment of evil in the galaxy is his father. What does this mean about him? If I don't get the no that Luke has, I've missed a lot. I've missed a lot of emotion. I've missed a lot of the heart of the story because I didn't take some time to tell us how this main character feels about this insane revelation.